Hi students, I hope you all are fit and fine and taking good care of yourself. I've started receiving your ninth assignment also. Many of you have sent me your ninth assignment and you have done it so nicely. Especially that fun activity, you people are doing it so nicely. I'm so happy. Many of you, those have sent me ninth assignment. Many of you have made silly mistakes, silly spelling errors. That too in question also. Okay, I can understand that in answers maybe you did not you were getting confused about a certain letter because it was written in my handwriting. But in questions also, you people have made silly mistakes. So please avoid this thing while copying the answers. Don't just copy whatever you feel the spelling is. You cross check your spellings, okay? Then this thing is there. Then fun activity, as I've told you, all the students, you're doing it so nicely. And other than fun activity, many of you are still not sending me assignments. Kindly students, please send it to me on time. Now your first term examinations are about to start. Please prepare well for your first term examinations. This time you've got ample amount of time to prepare yourself for your examination. So do it nicely. And also, whatever we have covered so far is going to be there in your test. So each and everything. One more thing is there, students. Don't be in this wrong impression that whatever questions are mentioned in the exercise, I will give you only from that portion. Okay? Because I've narrated the whole story, the whole poem to you so nicely that I believe if I give you questions from the chapter and from the poem in between, then you people will be able to do that also, right? Okay, do it nicely. And also in poem, please learn at least 8 lines, right? At least first 8 lines. You should learn the whole poem, but first 8 to 10 lines you should know nicely. You should learn nicely. Then about poet's name should be well versed. About poem, small information is provided at the end of the poem. Please go through it nicely. Alright. Then we have discussed, there is nothing left of the assignment to be discussed today in the video because I have discussed all the answers in the last video itself. Right? So today we'll start with English language. Okay? So without much delay, let's begin English language. So students, today we'll do chapter 3, adjectives. Okay? So about adjectives, on the very first page, some activity is given that we'll do later on. So students, adjectives are words that describe nouns. So basically adjectives tell us more about noun. It describes the noun. Okay? Like if we are talking about suppose a girl, Sita. So we have to describe that girl. So how are we going to say? Sita is a beautiful girl. So we are talking about her beauty. How are we describing Sita? Sita is a noun. How are we describing her? She is beautiful. Okay? She is good. She is good in nature. So again the next quality is her good nature. Like that. Okay? You can always use more adjectives to describe a noun. Now types of adjectives. First is adjectives of quality. Quality, describe the quality of nouns. What kind of noun is that? See, when we are talking about fish, fish is a noun. How are we describing a fish? Tiny, small. Right? Tiny means small. How is that fish? Tiny. And orange. And what color is that fish of? Orange. Can you see this fish? It's a tiny fish and orange in color. So how are we describing this now? By saying tiny and orange. That is adjective of quality when we talk about the quality of a noun. Now second is adjectives of number. Describe the number of nouns. Now it tells us how much. Now if we are talking about this fish, then there is one fish. So it tells us number of this fish, one fish. Suppose if one more fish is there, then two fish. Three fish are there, then three fish. Like that. Okay? Alright? Okay. Now is adjectives of quantity. Tell us how much. What does adjective of quantity tell us? It tells us how much. Okay? Now if we are talking about quantity of water, then some water. There is some water. There is less water. Like that. Okay? It tells us about some quantity. Right? Next is demonstrative adjectives point out nouns. Demonstrative adjectives, it points out noun. Okay? That those fish. Now we are talking about, okay, if we are talking about this fish, then that fish. Those fish. If there are many fish, those fish. Okay? So it tells us, it points out at nouns. Now is possessive adjectives show belonging. It shows some kind of possession. My fish bowl. Whose is this? My. It shows some kind of possession, that this fish ball belongs to me. Alright? Okay, now let's study in detail about adjectives of quantity. Students, in adjective of quantity, much or many is used depending on whether it is a countable noun or uncountable noun. Okay? Now read these sentences. How much oranges are there in the basket? Oranges. Can you count oranges? Right. That's why with oranges many is mentioned, because we can count oranges. It is countable noun. How much sugar do you want? Can you count sugar? No, you cannot count sugar. Sugar is uncountable noun. So with uncountable nouns, much is used. Okay? As you have learnt, oranges is a countable noun and sugar is an uncountable noun. Much and many are used to talk about quantities and amounts. Okay? Much is used with uncountable nouns. Many is used with plural nouns. Yes, many is used with plural noun. Okay? You cannot use many with singular. For example, there isn't much water in the tank. Can we count water? No, we cannot count water. That's why much is used with water. Many cars were parked under the shed. Can you count cars? Yes, you can count cars. So that's why many cars were parked under the shed. Okay? Nouns that cannot be counted, such as sugar, salt, bread, butter and water, are called uncountable nouns. Okay? These nouns cannot be counted. Now students, you must be wondering that okay, everything is fine, but why is bread? When you see the pieces, you can easily count, right? But no, it's not like that. We never say one bread, two bread. We say a slice of bread or two slices of bread, or we say a loaf of bread or loaves of bread, right? So that's why it is also uncountable noun. Now students, let's see little or few. Read these sentences. Put little sand in the box. Again, sand is uncountable. That's why little is used. Right? I have a few stamps. Now stamps, can you count stamps? Yes, you can count it. So that's why with stamps, few is used. Alright. Sand is an uncountable noun. So we use the adjective little. Right? Stamps is a countable noun, so we use the adjective few with it. Clear? Alright. The adjective little is used with uncountable nouns. Few is used with countable nouns. For example, they had little money to spend. Right? We stayed for a few days in Florence. Okay, I hope now little and few concept is clear to you. Much and many is also clear. Right? Now let's do B exercise first of all. A exercise, students, I want you to do it because that is totally based on the kinds of adjectives. Okay? So B exercise, fill in the blanks with the correct adjectives. I have dash friends. Can you count friends? Yes, this is countable plural noun. So that's why we'll use many with it. I have many friends. There is dash butter in the dish. Butter is uncountable noun. So that's why we'll say there is little butter in the dish. Third, this dish has 2 dash salt. Salt again uncountable noun. So this dish has too much salt. Alright? Great. Fourth, I bought a few chocolates from the store. Why few? Because you can count chocolates. Many houses did not have electricity last night. Because houses again countable plural noun. Okay? Now students, degrees of comparison. As you know, adjectives can be used to compare quantities of nouns. We can use adjectives also to compare quantities of nouns. Adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison. How many degrees? 3 degrees of comparison, okay? Now first, when the quality of a thing is stated and no comparison is being made, the adjective used is in the positive degree. For example, tall. Suppose I am talking about a boy, Mohan, and I am not comparing Mohan with anyone. I am just talking about Mohan's quality. So what am I going to say? Mohan is a tall boy. See here, I am not comparing Mohan with anyone. I am just saying Mohan is a tall boy. So tall is the adjective that we have used to describe Mohan. Right? That is positive degree. Now next is comparative degree. When the quality of 2 things is being compared, the adjective used in the is in the comparative degree. For example, taller. Right? Now, when we do comparison between 2 things, that's where comparative degree is used. Now for a tall example I have already given you. Now taller example also I'll give you. Now suppose there is comparison of height between Sohan and Mohan. Right? So I'll say Sohan is taller than Mohan. Because comparison is made between 2 nouns, Sohan and Mohan. Okay, so we'll use comparative degree of comparison. Right? Okay? When the quality of more than 2 things is being compared, the adjective used is in the superlative degree. For example, tallest. Now, if there is comparison between more than 2 things, that's when we use superlative degree of comparison. Now, suppose there is Sohan, Mohan and Rohan. Right? And Sohan... and now we have to talk about Sohan's height. Right? Then how are we going to say? Because now the comparison is between more than 2 things, more than 2 nouns. So we'll say like Sohan is the tallest of 3. Okay, Sohan is the tallest of all 3. Right? Now because the comparison is being made between 3 things, 3 nouns. So that's when we use the superlative degree of comparison. Okay, when I'll give you more examples, you'll get it clearly in your head. Look at the table below to understand how the comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives can be formed in different ways. Okay, now let's go through the table. Now first, with most adjectives, how do we use adjectives in comparative and superlative degree? Let's see. Suppose in positive degree of comparison, in positive form, it is short and cold. Okay, we are talking about most adjectives, right? Short and cold. So in the comparative degree of comparison, what are we going to do? We are going to add ER. So short becomes shorter and cold becomes colder. Okay. Now when we are talking about superlative degree of comparison, we add EST. So shorter becomes shortest and colder becomes coldest. Okay. Now if an adjective ends with a vowel plus Y. See, in grey, GREY. So before Y there is a vowel, right? So in such cases what happens is, so grey becomes grayer, we add ER, and in superlative form we add EST, greyest. Okay. Now if an adjective ends with E, then how do we write it? Suppose it is wise, gentle and strange. All of these are ending with E. So wise becomes wiser in comparative, gentle becomes gentler, strange becomes stranger in comparative, right? Whereas in superlative, it becomes wisest, gentlest and strangest. Okay. So now if an adjective it ends with Y. Okay, it ends simply with Y. We are not talking about whether a vowel is before that. Now if a consonant is before it, then how do we write it? In comparative we remove Y, okay, and instead we add IER. So in angry, 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 we have removed Y, we have add IER. So angry becomes angrier, happy becomes happier. Alright, and in the superlative form, angriest, we add IEST. Okay, we remove Y and we add IEST. So angry becomes angriest in the superlative form and happy becomes happiest in the superlative form. Now students, if an adjective ends with a single consonant, if it ends with a single consonant like D, it is single, T, it is single, right? Single consonant is there. So in the comparative form, we double the consonant and then we also add ER. So red, R-E-D, red. Now let's double the consonant D. So R-E-D-D, red. Then also we have to add ER. R-E-D-D-E-R, redder. F-A-T-T-E-R, fatter. Now in the superlative form, red become reddest because we have doubled the consonant and also added est. Okay, so fat become fattest. Alright. Now if an adjective has more than 2 syllables, okay, then how do we write it? Beautiful, intelligent. Yes, beautiful and intelligent, right? So how do we write it now? Beautiful and intelligent, it has more than 2 syllables. So in case of comparative degree, we write more beautiful. and more intelligent. Whereas in superlative form, we write most beautiful, most intelligent. Okay? Now students, some adjectives do not follow any pattern. They do not follow any of the mentioned patterns. Okay? So how do we write it? What all adjectives are there which do not follow any pattern? There are many of the adjectives, but we are going to talk about a few of them. So, good. Good in comparative degree is better, and in superlative form is best. Much and many, for much and many, both of these. In comparative form it is more, and in superlative form it is most. Old, in comparative form it is older or elder. In the superlative form it is oldest or eldest. Okay? Little, comparative form it is less, and superlative form it is least. Now for far, farther and further in comparative form, and in superlative, farthest or furthest. Okay? Now for bad, in comparative form it is worse, and in superlative form it is worst. Okay? So students, usually in a sentence, than is used after an adjective when using the comparative degree, and the is placed before the adjective when using the superlative degree. If there is, if you are using comparative degree, basically if we are doing comparison between two, then what did I tell you? Rohan is taller than Sohan. So in comparative form we use than. In superlative form we use the. The is placed before the noun. Okay? For example, the is placed before the adjective. Sorry. For example, Sohan is the tallest of the three. The tallest. Right? The tallest. So what have we placed? We have placed the before the superlative degree of comparison. Okay? Let's see exercise related to it. Choose the correct adjective to complete each sentence. This sum is difficult, but the next one is more difficult, because we are doing comparison between this sum and the next one. We are doing comparison between two sums. So more difficult, right? Second one. Can you see dash tree? My house is behind it. This is demonstrative adjective. Can you see that tree? Okay. Now third one. Raga wants to grow dash flowers. Raga wants to grow these flowers. Again demonstrative adjective. Now fourth. My book has the dash cover. Now this book's cover is compared to all the covers, right? Because we are not doing comparison between two. So my book has the, also the is placed, so superlative form will come. The prettiest cover. Alright. Fifth, there is dash music playing in the room. There is wonderful music playing in the room. Not more wonderful. Okay? We are not comparing this music with any other music. We are just giving a statement. 6. Reena left the party after everyone. She was the dash one to leave. She was the last. Right, now we are comparing Reena with everyone else, those who are present at the party. That when did she leave? We are comparing her leaving with the others. And also the is used. The is placed there, no? So the superlative degree of comparison will be used. The last. All right. So students, we have done adjectives today. We have started adjectives today. We have done few exercises also in adjectives. I hope that you go through those exercises. I hope that all your doubts are clear now, and you please work hard for your first term examination again, and do your assignment also on time. Okay, so see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, good luck for your examinations. Bye students.